Hi guys, I'm back and I'm adding another video today. Unfortunately, this video is not stemmed from anything good. Earlier, you guys probably saw my video that I posted about my alopecia, and I've had it for a couple months. I wasn't feeling too confident at first to go out without hair, and my husband finally convinced me that, you know what, I don't need to have my hair on all the time. If I'm gonna go run errands, I don't need to be wearing my wig. So I went out a few times without it at first and got weird looks, but kind of brushed it off, you know, because it's probably different to see a woman walking around without hair, especially since I have tattoos and piercings. It probably comes off different. And I just didn't think anything of it. I'm like, whatever, people are going to think what they think. I've never been the type of person to care what people think. And a few weeks after that, I went out and a lady had her child with her and saw me and had got like a terrified look on her face and grabbed her child and, you know, walked away. And I was like, I'm probably just seeing things. I'm probably just assuming that they're, you know, thinking something that they're not. And then again I went out and this older lady saw me and went up to me and she said, "Excuse me," and I said, "Yes," and she's like, "Are you a lesbian?" And I said, "No, I'm not. I'm married to a man." And she said, "Well, you look like one." And I said, "Okay, I'm sorry. There's nothing wrong with being a lesbian. Even if I was, what's wrong with that?" Unfortunately, I live in North Carolina, and North Carolina is technically a part of the Bible Belt, and apparently people here look down upon homosexuality, which I think is absolute bullshit. Excuse my language if you have any children here, but it's true. I think that if you are a homophobe, then you're the one going to hell, not gay people. There's nothing wrong with being gay. It's how you are made, and it's how you were intended to be. I don't believe in God, so I can't say that God made you that way because I don't think he exists. I think he's a big fat fake guy in the sky that people go to for comfort. So I think that if you're gay, that's how you're supposed to be, and you own it. You own that shit. You rock it. Like, some of my best friends are gay, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And if I was gay, awesome. Like, who cares? I mean, I think women are sexy. It's just I don't get the stigma here in North Carolina where it's wrong to be gay. I'm from Denver and it is totally normal and nobody even cares, and I come here and it's just like a big effing deal. And when this lady called me a lesbian, like, I wasn't hurt that she called me a lesbian. It hurt that she made it sound so bad. And honestly, I just looked at her and I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm sorry you have a problem with how I look." And I walked away. I didn't even feel like I had to explain to her that I just don't have hair because I have a disease that keeps me from having hair. It wasn't my job to tell her that. It wasn't my job to have to explain myself. Today, I went out and I was running errands, and I wore my wig originally, and then I ended up taking it off because it was hot. It was really hot here. It's about 98 degrees right now, and I was just like, I do not want to wear my wig, and I went into the mall, and there were a bunch of high school boys there, and they started making fun of me to my face. It wasn't like behind my back. They were pointing and laughing at me, calling me a dyke, calling me a pussy eater, calling me lesbian, calling me queer, calling me gay, and it really hurt. And I actually started to cry in the mall. I'm an adult woman. I'm almost 21 years old, and a bunch of high school kids made me cry. And I've never been the type of person to let people bully me. I've always stood up for myself. I've always held myself high, held my head high. But just knowing that it's so hated here to be different, it made me sick. And I went up to them and I was crying and I said, "First of all, I'm not gay. I'm not lesbian. Even if I was, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being gay or being different. And if you have a problem with that, I'm sorry." And one of them said, "Well, you don't have any hair, so you're obviously a dyke." And I said, "No, actually, I have a disease where my hair falls out." That shut them up pretty quick, which, you know, to me, that made me feel better. I was like, "Oh, well, now you feel bad. Okay, good. You should, because you automatically jumped to a conclusion that wasn't right." And I said, "There's nothing wrong with being gay. Even if I was, you shouldn't be making fun of me for that." And I said, "I have a disease, and I'm sorry that you feel the need to make fun of somebody who has a disease." And that was my last straw. I don't know how people do it. I don't know people who have to go through chemo. I don't know how they can walk around without their hair. Because of that one thing, I'm scared to go back out without my hair. And I know how stupid that is, and you're probably all gonna tell me, you know, just ignore them, just be you. You know, you don't have to wear your wig, whatever. And I get that, I do, but it really struck a nerve with me because of two reasons. Because there's so much homophobia down south, and because people automatically assume. And I know I'm just completely ranting and raving right now, but I am beyond upset. And I don't know. I'm very frustrated right now. And I just want to tell you that if you see somebody who may look gay, doesn't mean they are. And if you see somebody who looks straight, doesn't necessarily mean they are either. So don't judge. Make sure you learn the facts before you start judging somebody. And that goes for everything. Not just being gay. It goes for people who don't have hair, like me, or people who may be overweight. Maybe it's not their fault. Maybe they have a thyroid problem, or maybe it's somebody who has a disability. You know, it's just, that's one thing that if I could change anything in the world, it would be that people would stop judging. And it really hurts that we live in a world where it's okay to judge and where it happens all the time and where people think it's okay to bully somebody for being different. There's nothing wrong with being different, and I just wanted to say that always be yourself, and if somebody doesn't like you for being you, screw them. This is your life. You're here to live for you, and if you are gay and somebody tells you that it's wrong, ignore them. This is your life. You're here to be happy for you. You're not here to impress some religious bigot. You're not here to impress your mom or your dad. You are here to be happy for you. And if that means going against all odds and going against the rules, do it. I know I'm different. I've got piercings and I've got tattoos. My family does not approve of them. I've gotten so much crap for them. But you know what? I'm here for me. I'm living on this earth for me. I'm not living on this earth to make anybody else happy. So if you have a problem with how I look, I really could give no fucks. No fucks given. And I'm sorry that I said the F word. If you don't approve, once again, no fucks given. I hope you guys have a great day. Just remember, always be yourself and don't let anybody bring you down. Love you all. Bye.